So hello there and welcome to my profile. I am Juan Luna and I am a junior developer. I am from Spain and I want to tell you about the blockchain system and use this video as an entry point to introduce myself and this topic of cryptocurrencies. This explanation that I'm going to use to give my opinion about blockchain systems was written by me and my short experience working with this technology because I think the best way to show something is by building it from scratch. Of course, I'm not an expert, just a beginner that want to learn more about this world of transactions. Starting from the beginning, a couple of years ago a new technology was created with the goal of changing the way of transactions, something revolutionary that guaranteed the total integration with the process of exchanging data by developing a system only with end users. This idea was required because somebody thought that would be a good measure to decentralize the process of exchanging information. Of course, it's easier to attack a single centralized point instead of a system based on a distributed communication, where every participant has a register of information and all of them depend each other. Thanks to the decentralized system, we don't have only one point to attack, but as many as participants working in the network. So it turns out that it's pretty much technically impossible to hijack the whole network because all the participants, or in this case nodes, must have the exact same information, and that's the only trust source. This brilliant idea emerged with the first cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin, and its condition of being an anonymous way of sharing information thanks to the SHA-256 algorithm that allows to encrypt data and protect it with a powerful mechanism that is mathematically impossible to decrypt. And this is why this cryptocurrency was so popular in places like the deep web, where the transactions and the information are not controlled by anybody. Now I'm gonna try to give my opinion about this without using any technical word, just as I know it so far. Talking about the blockchain system, this basically consists in a creation of blocks attached simultaneously with encrypted information. But to perform the process of encryption, you must have the hash, which is a piece of information already encrypted and validated of the previous block inside the blockchain. And that's why there is a strong dependency with all these blocks in order to construct a reliable and scalable system. To create a new block that can be attached to the blockchain, I'm gonna need the valid hash of the previous block. And of course, I know the previous block is valid because now it's part of the blockchain. This method is called mining. And to perform it, you have to test if a specific block is valid by a technique known as proof of work. So here is where it comes the miners. Those guys that actually verify the blocks with the proof of work or proof of stake, which is another way to validate these blocks, commonly used by other cryptocurrencies. Now it's time to talk about the mining process. I am pretty sure you have heard about mining bitcoins or maybe mining cryptocurrencies, as well as how difficult it is in terms of effort dedicated and referring to computationally cost. To verify blocks with the proof of work mechanism, basically you have to find a specific number, known as nonce, which is a result of applying the hash of the actual block and the hash of the previous block. Remember, there is a strong dependency between these blocks. If that number exists, then the block passed the test and is added to the blockchain. But there is an issue. In order to find that nonce, you should have to do many tries and errors until you finally discover the right number. That's the main reason why you are going to need a powerful machine, or to be more accurate, a group of them. And there is another important question about this. Why there are people dedicating their time to mining these blocks? Is that worth? The answer is yes. If you want to create a whole system where people actually participate, you must give them some kind of reward. And this reward is an amount of bitcoins. If we talk about bitcoins, of course, that reward is part of the ecosystem of every cryptocurrency based on the blockchain system. You know that all the people, or in this case nodes, inside the network are crucial to make this happen. So you have to think about ways to retain these nodes in order to keep the system. I also want to talk about the future of this technology. In my opinion, after making my first attempts with blockchain in JavaScript, I can pretty much say that this is gonna change the way of many communication systems around the world. Of course, you have to think about this in terms of where actually need to keep data totally immutable. And quickly comes to my mind things like electoral processes, financial transactions, and so on. To give you real examples, these are some of the most important companies that are making use of this technology, or they are planning to do such a thing. First of all, I have Banco Santander. This is an important Spanish bank around the world. MasterCard, maybe one of the most important credit cards out there. Sierra Leone. This was the first country that implements the blockchain system in an electoral process. So you can easily determine that the blockchain could be a potential candidate to help us with the data integrity. Later on, I'll show how to create a basic blockchain system based on Bitcoin principles. Maybe I'll try to write an article here with Node.js and Express framework to create an API. And of course, this API can be used as a way to connect, for example, an Angular single-page application project or a React application through the fetch method of EX6. The frontend could be even an Ionic mobile web app. It doesn't matter what do you use to connect to the API, as long as you can do HTTP requests. Finally, let me thank you for watching this video and give me some of your precious time. Goodbye and thanks.